Have you ever felt trapped by the past? You know, by a story that was written for you long before you were even born. Well, today, we're diving deep into a powerful story about an ancient curse and the incredible struggle of two souls trying to break free from a bloody fate that was supposedly already decided for them.
This line right here, it just nails it. This is so much more than just a story. It's like we're looking at a map of the human soul, trying to find its way through this heavy architecture of a destiny that's already been built, and it's built with violence. It's a journey out of a maze made of history.
So what exactly is this prison we're talking about? The whole story revolves around this inherited burden, this curse, that's so powerful it basically acts like a script, shaping every single thought, every action, and every possibility for our main characters.
Now, this isn't some hocus-pocus magic spell. The Tantalus Curse is all about ancestral blood guilt. It's this deep psychological trap where your entire identity is defined by the violence of your ancestors. It's a prison made not of iron bars, but of history itself.
Just think about that for a second. For our heroes, Iphigenia and her brother Orestes, there's no such thing as a clean slate. Every single choice they make is darkened by this ancient condemnation. They can't just act. They're always forced to react to a story that was written for them in blood.
All right, so this brings us to our two central figures. We've got these two siblings, right? Both of them are trapped by the exact same curse, but the way they each respond to this shared trauma, well, they couldn't be more different.
On one side, you have Iphigenia. She's called the beautiful soul, and she uses her own inner goodness, her purity, as a way to fight back against the darkness of the world. And then you have Orestes, the fractured mind. He is absolutely consumed by guilt, literally haunted by the phantoms of his own past.
Iphigenia she's fascinating. She is the very picture of moral integrity. Her struggle isn't just about, getting off a deserted island. It's about protecting her own soul, her spiritual wholeness. She refuses to let lies and circumstance break her spirit. She's really this powerful symbol of the idea that one person's will can actually stand firm against the entire weight of fate.
Orestes, on the other hand, feels incredibly modern. He's psychologically shattered, and for him, healing isn't going to come from some ancient ritual or sacrifice. Nope. It comes from real human connection, from the absolute, unconditional truth that his sister offers him. His journey basically proves that the Furies, those ghosts of the past, they lose all their power when the light of human connection finally drives out the shadows.
Okay, so the internal conflict is crystal clear, but that's only half the battle. All of this gets put to the test by a massive external conflict, one that pits the rigid, unbending laws of society against the simple, humane impulses of the heart.
And this tension, it really comes to life in the relationship between Iphigenia and King Thoas. He's the ruler of the land where she's been exiled, and he represents this old, unyielding way of doing things, an order that's held up by force and by sticking to ancient, brutal customs no matter what.
This right here is the core philosophical debate of the whole story. Thoas is all about the right of command. The law is the law, it's absolute, it's backed by force, end of story. But Iphigenia, she comes forward with the right of interpretation. She argues that laws, even the will of the gods, have to be seen through a lens of mercy and humanity. It's the classic clash between the letter of the law and the spirit of the law.
So all this conflict, it builds and builds until it comes down to one single incredibly high-stakes moment. It's a turning point where one choice will decide not just if they live or die, but whether that cycle of violence is going to keep going or if it's finally going to be broken.
And it all boils down to this timeless moral question. To get away, they have to lie to the king. So is a lie okay if it means freedom, if it means saving lives? Do the ends justify the means? And right here, two completely opposite worldviews just collide. Orestes' friend Pylades, he represents the practical intellect. He argues for a strategic lie. It's the smart move, the logical thing to do to survive. But Iphigenia, she makes this radical choice for what's called sacred candor. She throws pragmatism out the window and chooses complete, vulnerable honesty, betting her entire life on the power of truth itself.
What she's doing here is so much bigger than just telling the truth. It is a profound act of faith. She is literally trying to change the rules of the world she lives in to replace the mechanics of violence, which is all she's ever known, with the mechanics of trust.
So what happens when you wager everything on truth in a world that's built on lies and violence? Well, You get a radical, totally unexpected, and truly game-changing outcome.
Her incredible courage allows this new idea to win the day: humanity. It's this concept that our shared humanity, our moral clarity, can actually triumph over the grim, predictable forces of tragedy. The barbarian king isn't defeated by a sword. He's transformed because he sees a reflection of his own humanity in Iphigenia's unwavering honesty.
And so, after generations and generations of bloodshed, the curse of Tantalus, the seemingly unbreakable cycle of violence, is at long last broken. But here's the key, the twist that completely rewrites the definition of tragedy. It's how it's broken. It's not through another battle, not through more violence, not even a heroic sacrifice in the way we usually think about it.
No, it's lifted in a moment of pure empathy. It's broken by recognizing the stranger not as some other to be feared or conquered, but as a fellow human being, as a brother.
Ultimately, when you step back, this whole story is this incredible testament to the power of the individual. It suggests that a single person armed with nothing more than their own moral conviction actually has the power to face down a legacy of suffering and rewrite it into a future of peace.
And that really leaves us with a pretty profound question to think about. Is it possible? Can the integrity, the pure tone of just one person's soul really be enough to challenge all the chaos in the world and push the universe, even just a tiny bit, toward harmony?